Well, I think the biggest thing against Cornell was just kind of the hunker down mentality. You know, they put us under siege there. They had a lot of shots on goal. Saves was fantastic for us. Made the timely saves, and we got the timely goals when needed. You know, it's been key for us against Cornell to go out and get a lead, and we've done that both times. And you know, it was a great shot by Burge there in overtime to get us the 2 points.
And then for this group, you know, you haven't lost 2 games in a row in a good long while here. So I mean, that's got to be a sign of, you know, consistent play. Is that what you guys seen from the coaching staff?
Well, yeah, it's the maturation of this group. You know, as they kind of continue to know our expectations day in and day out. You know, our older guys are leading the way, and our younger guys are really coming along quickly. We're getting impacts from everybody every night. You know, especially with some of the guys we've had out of our lineup here the last 4 weeks. You know, we've been coming scoring by committee, but I think the biggest is our commitment to defense, which has allowed us to create offense.
And for you guys, you know, special teams wise, you know, you've had some ups and downs this year, but what do you think is the biggest thing, most important thing going forward for you guys?
Well, the biggest thing from our special teams is that consistency. You know, with our penalty kill, we want to make sure we're pressuring. We want to eliminate opportunities for our opponents, which is key for that. And then power play wise, it's getting shots on goal. You know, you're going to have those runs where you don't score, but it's getting the timely power play goal. And you know, if you're scoring 2 out of every 10, you got a great power play. So you know, we want to make sure we're getting hot come playoff time.
And you know, last regular season weekend, it seems like the season's kind of flown by here. But you know, what are you guys looking to get out of this? Obviously, home ice still in the cards, but is that a goal, or is that something that you could be a process of, or come a couple good play?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a goal to get home ice in that first round of the playoffs. But I think the biggest thing for us is the process. We stuck to it to this point, so we want to keep playing better hockey now against Harvard first and foremost, and then Dartmouth, and then making sure we hit the ground running to whoever our first round playoff opponent is, to make sure it sets ourselves up to have a long run of spring hockey.
Was the pass to Burgess last week, was that pretty much the biggest moment for you so far, winning in overtime? That
was a lot of fun. That was the first time I ever played at Cornell, and we kind of just stuck with it the whole game and just kind of kept battling, and it was nice to get that win. Good for Todd.
Can you walk me through the play a little bit? I think you just kind of scraped it off the boards.
Mearsy got in on the forecheck. Mearsmore got in on the forecheck, and then I kind of just read the play and took the puck off the wall, and then saw Todd cutting into the middle, so I kind of just left it for him, and he was able to beat him, posting in.
One last thing, can you compare and contrast ECAC as opposed to Hockey East?
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a grind game, just like a lot of hitting, but we kind of played that same way at Providence, so it was something I was kind of used to coming here, and just the practices I was going through there, so it wasn't too hard, but yeah, it's some big bodies and just a lot of hitting, and it's good. I like it.
Nate Lehman brings the ECAC mentality to Providence a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Chase, this stretch you've been on, where you haven't lost more than 1 game in a row, and you've put together a decent, you know, unbeaten streak in there. Do you feel like you're a completely different team from the first half? Obviously, you weren't playing, but just the way this team is playing right now, do you feel like it's one that can make a postseason run here?
Definitely, yeah. I think the second half has been really good for us, even though we haven't won as many games as we'd like. We know we're right there. We're losing a lot of games in overtime, which is a shame, but we're getting points, and we're confident in how we're playing. So I think that's the biggest part going into playoffs, especially just trying to stay hot.
And you know, the fan base here is phenomenal as well. Even when we're not winning, you know, we still have fans filling the seats and stuff, and you know, being loud and rowdy at the games, and brings a lot of energy for us, and it's something we really appreciate. And I think you know, the group of guys as well. It's a great group of guys.
I knew you were able to practice, but how antsy were you getting having to sit and kind of wait for your turn to get in there?
Yeah, it became a process. You know, it was a lot of patience. You know, I left at the beginning of the 17-18 season for my old school, and you know, so I had to wait 3 semesters before I started playing, and that really over time built up that anticipation and excitement. And you know, now that the time's here that we're able to play, like all of us transfers, you know, we're just trying to make the most of it.
Now, you would have been a freshman when North Dakota won the national championship.
Yeah, it was my freshman year.
What was that experience like?
It was incredible. You know, it's something that many guys play college hockey, and not a lot of guys get to experience something like that. So that was a very special time in my life, and it was a lot of fun. And you know, I just want to take those experiences that I saw from that team and those players that were so great, and try to bring that mentality and that mindset, that championship mindset to a program like this.
How much do you tell guys about it, or at least, like, there's a certain blueprint to be a team like that? Here's some of the things we can do. I mean, is that something that you try to communicate to the other guys here?
To a certain extent, I don't say, this is how we did it there, so let's do it here. But I'll like, in my own way, I'll try to bring some of those philosophies and ideas that make teams successful and that lead to championships that I've learned from being there, and try to apply them here, like I said, in my own way, and hopefully the guys receive it the right way.
And Chase has his certain role. What do you believe your role is on this team?
I think I'm an energy guy. I think I have a voice on the bench, I think, and I think guys listen, so I try to be vocal and be positive. And when I'm on the ice, I like to play physical and get in the forecheck, get pucks to the net. And I like to be a playmaker. I like to set guys up for goals, and rather than be the goal scorer. That's just kind of how I play the game and what I enjoy about the game. And so I'd say the main thing is bring energy, and I think guys feed off of that, and makes us a tough team to play against.